just kind of a thought. It's a little story I'm going to tell you. So, as we're coming through, kind of think that you're driving a car on your journey through life. So, I like cars, I like fast cars, I'm really crazy about muscle cars, I don't know what it is with that. Not to drive them, but I really like to ride in somebody who really knows how to do it right. I get a thrill. Anyway, so you've got this really cool car, and you're just kind of cruising along, and you start to notice that the engine in this car is extremely finicky, okay? Almost like it's got a mind of its own, it's doing its own thing. So occasionally it revs up really super high, and sometimes it bogs down really low. So you just come on full speed, and it's all the engine is doing it. It's changing gears, it's doing stuff all the time. So in the process, the car speeds up, or it slows to a crawl, regardless of the speed limit, upcoming turns, or what the traffic is like around you. It's just doing its own thing, okay? And you have no control over it at all. So naturally, this makes it very difficult for you to drive effectively in the direction you want to go, because your engine is messing you all up. It's shooting you ahead, it's slowing you back, it's doing everything but what you want it to do, and it's just really messing you up. So your initial response is to try to control the pace of the engine by hitting the brakes when it speeds up and hitting the gas when it slows down. So you're constantly doing this now, trying to get things adjusted. So in response to the engine acting up, you slam on the brakes and you press the gas pedal for all you're worth. Just instant, it's like, so you can imagine driving down and you're constantly doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. Checking things, getting it back into gear. Think about your thoughts. You're constantly checking your thoughts. You're like, oh no, I need to keep moving like this. No, I need to pull back. No, I need to go like this. No, I need to, same thing. You're constantly trying to get that fixed. However, over time you notice that this doesn't work very well or for very long. In fact, the engine revs up even higher or bogs down even lower when you begin to try to fight it. When you try to really get that into control. So what's more, when you're putting all your energy into those pedals, your attention is no longer on the road or the direction you're headed, because you've totally got sidetracked and you have no idea where you're going now. You've given up all control. So what if there were an alternative to the gas pedal and the brakes? So people who know about clutches, just don't correct me on this, just let me go with it. So what if you looked down and found that there was actually a clutch hidden in the dark corner of the floorboard? Instead of trying to control that finicky, unpredictable engine, you simply take the car out of gear. So you would just push the clutch down, then it doesn't matter what the engine's doing, because you've taken it out of gear. You're just coasting. This eliminates the need to control or change the pace of the engine. Whenever it begins to race or bog down, you simply push in the clutch and let it flow. Don't pay no mind at all to what that engine's doing. You're just giving it a little break and you're taking it out of gear, just for that period of time. Then, when the pace of the engine gets back to an appropriate spot, effective for whatever road you're on, for your journey you're going on, let the clutch back out and continue on moving forward, because you never left your eyes on the road. You still know where you're going. You just kicked it out of gear for a little bit, but you never left your eyes from the road. You're still on your journey. You're still moving forward. You still know where you're going. So the engine no longer controls the speed of the car. You do. And when you are in control, you can concentrate on that road ahead of you, and you know where you're going, and you can keep going there and keep moving ahead. So we can think of our minds are kind of like that engine. So willingness, acceptance, and mindful awareness is all like being that clutch. Paying attention, knowing what's going on. When the mind races, it's telling us to run away or to escape. It's like, this fear's too much, I can't do this anymore, and we crawl back up in that little hole. We open that spot that we've been hiding, and we go back there. It shows us images of possible dangerous scenarios. It reminds us of painful past events. Or it bogs us down with evaluations, judgments, negative predictions. We can choose to engage that clutch. You have your control. You can stick in that clutch, and you can just let it go. It doesn't matter what it's telling you anymore. You can let it go. That's what we're going to do with just a simple little meditation. Something that you can do in just a very few seconds, but you need to learn how to control it so it doesn't control you. Be in charge. You can engage the clutch and willingly observe the things without allowing our behavior, which would be the car, to automatically speed up or slow down. So we get back in control of us rather than circumstances, rather than out there controlling how we react. Again, next time we get together, it's going to be learning the difference between reacting and responding, because it's huge on how you deal with things. But when we find the mind as being helpful, you can release the clutch and allow it to do its work. So when you're like, oh no, these are positive thoughts, this is good, I'm understanding things, you don't need the clutch. Your engine's fine, you're still going on your journey, you're headed the right direction. But you can never successfully gain control of the engine, but you can gain control of the speed. So that engine still might be doing whatever it's doing, but you can get yourself back in control by disengaging from it. The mind's doing its little thing, you just need to know how to shut it up for this period of time and disengage from what's going on up there. So it's up to you how much you want the engine, the brain, to control your stress and fears, and how much you want to use your clutch, which would be breathing exercises, morning pages, mirror work, tools that you're learning to help you keep on the journey and moving ahead, to help you control, rather than having that engine control with the speed up, the slow down, that's driving you crazy. It helps put you back into control. These are all tools. This is your clutch. These are the things that you can use to move forwards. It helps to control where you're going and how you want to get there, because you are in control. Life is not in control. You are in control. That's a huge, most people blame things on circumstances. Well, okay, bad things happen to nice people all the time. It depends on how you respond to what goes on, and to know that you can get back into control and you can move forward. So it's time to learn how to meditate, and we're going to go ahead and figure that out. Again, you don't have to do this very long. A lot of people get freaked out over meditation because they think, oh, I'm going to have to sit here and I don't know what to do with my head. It's all going crazy. And you know, and I'm not going to do, we're just going to actually do a very quiet meditation. I'm going to talk to you a little bit and we'll kind of figure out how to get it started. But if you're in any kind of a stressful situation, if you can stop even for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. If it means going to the restroom to take a break from the situation, number one, the first thing you need to do is remove yourself, if possible, from whatever it is, because sometimes having it in your face is really hard to deal with, especially if it's a person. But you can get where you can actually do even a meditation awake. So it has to do with breathing. Breathing is huge. You can yawn all you want, Teresa. You have my permission, because you will.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. But a lot of it is just learning, and we're just going to do a simple breathing meditation. So we're just going to follow the breath. That's all you're going to do. Nothing big, nothing exciting, nothing stressful. I'm going to go ahead. Do you want to turn the lights off? Turn them on. So I want you guys to just get really comfortable. Kind of have your feet on the ground. It kind of helps to be more grounded. And go ahead and close your eyes. Now we're just going to start with deep breaths. I want you to do a nice, big, deep in-breath. Bring it all the way down into your stomach. And then when you exhale, again, nice, slow control, but actually use those lower abs and exhale that all the way back up. So they're just real gentle inhales all the way down. And again, gentle exhales all the way up. Allow yourself to come into a breathing rhythm. Now gently change your mind to focus on the breath. Give your mind something to do. Let your mind follow that breath all the way in. And again, follow that breath all the way back out. It's very easy, very gentle. Nothing more than in-breath and exhale. And this is just a beginning. If you have thoughts floating through your mind, just acknowledge them and put your mind right back on that inhale and the exhale. If you want to, you can add the focus down to the heart. And with the next in-breath, you actually focus on it coming in through the heart. And when you exhale, actually imagine the focus that you're exhaling back through the heart. Again, your next deep inhale, your mind focuses on it coming in through the heart. Exhale, you're exhaling out through the heart. Allow the mind to follow that inhale and the exhale. And feel it coming through your heart. Again, if you have other thoughts come through, just very simply acknowledge them and allow them to float away. It's very gentle, very easy, no demand. Inhale and exhale. Just going to do this a little bit longer just so you can get adjusted, but allow that mind to follow that breath in, follow it back out. You can feel the body begin to relax. Again, any thoughts come in, just simply acknowledge them and let them float away. You can go for just one more minute. Nice, easy inhale and exhale. Feel the body and the mind working together, becoming synchronized and balanced. Gentle, easy flow. Thoughts come, allow them to just gently go away. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room, back to the space. Kind of allow your body to stay in this relaxed state that you brought to yourself. But this very simple breathing technique, you can do that anywhere, at any time. If you need to step, like I said, into the bathroom for a second, calm yourself back down. Just instantly let the mind follow that breath. It will come if you bring that focus first. Deep inhale, exhale. Let your mind first start on that inhale and exhale, and bring that focus to your heart. And actually have that air coming in and out of your heart. You will be able to get out of that fear, stress mode. It helps to reset the body back into a gentler place. You're in a better position to maintain that and to go on. So this coming week, well, until the next class, continue trying to journal. Do journal. You're that important. It's worth it to you guys. If you can do mirror work, awesome, because it's really good for you. But start the first 5 minutes. Every one of you know in your little heads and your hearts, you are worth 5 minutes of every morning to start your day with this really simple little meditation. Every one of you are worth starting your day that way. 5 minutes. That's all you need. If you start to have stress during the day, take just a few minutes, a few breaths, just a little bit, step away, bring yourself back to that space. These are tools The best way to cope with your world, with the fears, with the changes, with the people outside of you, is to have tools to help work with the inside of you. Because this is where it's coming from. And this is where you touch and this is where you go. So, that's it for class for today. And comments or whatever, I'm hoping for that. She's turning it off, so we're